Hello students, hope you are all doing good. Dear students, you are in the important stage of your life, that is second PU, and the common question you all must have encountered or you all must have faced now is, what is your aim in life or what is your aspiration, what is your goal now? So you would give a conditioned answers like, I want to become an investment banker, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a teacher, I want to take up lecturing, I want to become a CA. This is the answer you would commonly give. But imagine yourself some 14 to 15 years back when you were some 2 to 3 years. If the same question was asked then, was your answer the same? No. You would say, I want to become a butterfly. Or I want to become Pokemon, I want to become a Spider-Man, I want to become a fairy queen. This was your answer then. But then how did it change now? It's because of the societal norms, because of the societal restrictions, because of the conditioning of the society, we also change our dreams and aspirations. Because if the same question is asked now, and if you answer that I want to become Pokemon or I want to become a fairy queen, they would think you are insane, you are mad, isn't it? They'll mock at you. So you are conditioned in that way that you have to do whatever the society accepts or whatever is restricted in the society. And this message is very well portrayed in a beautiful poem which is given to you as a chapter 8. Chapter 8 of your syllabus, that is To the Foot from Its Child by Pablo Neruda. So now, To the Foot from Its Child is a philosophical poem, a poem with an inner meaning, a poem with a beautiful message written by Pablo Neruda in Spanish. But this poem is translated into English by Alistair Reid, one of the most famous poets of Scotland. Okay. So now, before we go in detail of the poem or about the poet, it's better we first find out who is the poet and about him. So Pablo Neruda is a Chilean poet. He is also a socialist as well as a politician. So Pablo Neruda is the pen name of the Chilean poet, and his real name is Neftali Basalto. Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basalto is a real name of Pablo Neruda. So he had taken this name Neruda, keeping in mind a poet, a Z poet, and his name is Jan Neruda. So now what is this pen name? Pen name means taking a false name. Okay, not revealing the true name when you are writing a poem in the composition which you compose, but giving a false name to the composition. So Pablo Neruda is the pen name of Basalto. Now, as I told you, this is written in a Spanish language and is translated into English by one more well-known poet, that is Alistair Reid. So Pablo Neruda is famous in his own terms. He is a great politician as well as a poet because he has started composing the poem in his teenage self. And he has won Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. Most of his poems were meaningful with surrealistic themes, something which is real, which you can relate to your life. Okay? And now let us look into that. I'm sure you are all curious to read his composition. So it is To the Foot from Its Child. When you look at the title of the poem, To the Foot from Its Child, I am sure this title itself attracts you. What is this to the foot? And who is the child of this foot? Correct? So, dear students, here a poetic device, metaphor is used. Metaphor andrenta rupaka, that means you are making two comparison between two similar things. Okay? Foot means, or here foot means human life or human being, the life of a human being. Okay? instead of telling it's a life of a human being or human being in itself, a small part of it is taken, or a small part of a human life being is taken, that is food, and the food from its child means the child of the food or the child of a human being is addressing something. Correct. He is telling something to the human being. He is addressing to the human being. The child is telling something to the human being, and that is do the food from its child. Okay. You must have heard this expression. Your parents must be telling, after 12, our responsibility is in your shoulder. Or see, you have to work hard and you have to stand in your own foot. So what are all these expressions? It means a small part is taken, which means the whole. Okay. Foot here represents responsibility. When your parents say you have to stand in your own foot, which means you have to take your responsibility. You have to shoulder a responsibility, which means a small part of the human body shoulder is taken, which means the responsibility. The whole overall responsibility of us is yours. In the same way, Pablo has used to the foot, which is a representation of human life. Okay, so this is a metaphor for human life. Now, from its side, I am sure you are all curious to read the poem. So let's begin reading the poem. So, dear students, let me tell you in the beginning itself that in this class I will be taking only the half of the poem because it's a long poem. So we will take only the half of it, and in tomorrow's class we will continue with the other half. So you need to watch both the videos to have a thought. What is the gist of the poem, or what the poem is all about. Okay, so I hope you all have textbooks with you. So I request you, so as I read the poem, you have to follow the lines. So let me not waste the time by reading whole of the poem, because that will take lots of time. So let me straight come to the analysis of the poem. Okay. So as we read, let me explain there itself, so that will save our time. So here, as I said, this poem is written in a free verse without any poetic style used, any style used in a poem. For example, rhyming words are not there, or the stanzas which are to be followed, that is missing. So whatever has to be followed to write a good poem, that device is not used here. It's in a form of descriptive. It is like a descriptive essay or descriptive poem, a narrative descriptive poem. Someone is telling something. Okay. Now, what is the theme of the poem? The theme is about the journey of a child to its adulthood. The journey of a child until it reaches its adulthood, and then what are the hardships or what are the transformation taking place in the adulthood and till its death. So the journey of human life is very well portrayed in this poem. So let's begin. The first two lines as we read, I request you to take a look at that. The child's foot is not at aware. It's a foot. The child's foot here represents the child of a human being or a younger, small child. A child's foot is not at aware, it's a foot. The child is so innocent that it lacks awareness and thinks it can do innumerable things in life. It is so naive or so innocent that it is not aware that it is just a foot, a small entity which has no which cannot think of its own, and would like to be a butterfly or an apple. Here the child lacks awareness and thinks that it wants to be a butterfly, it wants to be an apple. It thinks that it is so attracted to butterfly, which is full of freedom. It can move from one place to another. It can move from flowers to flower. And as the child looks at the apple, and hanging at the top of the tree on its own without any tension, it feels that I can also be an apple someday. So the child child's foot, which means the child itself is not aware it is just a foot. It has no its own identity. It's just a foot, and it thinks that I would like become a butterfly and an apple. Butterfly and apple represents the independence or the freedom or the free spirit the child can have, or the innumerable possibilities in life, the unlimited possibilities in life. Okay, the child here is optimistic of life. If it thinks the life is like a bed of roses, everything is beautiful and I can be whatever I want to be, no one can ask me or no one can pressurize me. This is the thinking of the child when it is young, right? Then what happens? But in time, stones and bits of glass, streets, ladders, and the paths in the rough earth go on teaching the foot that it cannot fly, cannot be a fruit bulging on the branch. But as time passes, or as in the passage of time, what happens? Stones, bits of glass, streets, ladders, and the paths in the rough earth. The child comes across stones, bits of glass, streets, ladders, and the rough path andre road, path in the rough earth. Okay, rough path, which means the harsh realities of life, the pain in life. Okay, as the child grows, it comes across the pain in life or the true realities of life, which are very well referred using the words like stones, bits of glass, streets, ladders, paths in the rough earth. And then these realities, this harshness makes it realize that it cannot be a butterfly or an apple bulging on the tree. ಈ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಪೋಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್, ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸ್, ಲ್ಯಾಡರ್ಸ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳು, ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಚೈಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂನ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೂನ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸಸ್ that what does it realize? That it cannot be a butterfly nor it can bulge high on the branch. ಅಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕವನ್ನು, ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎನಿಸು, ನನಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾರ್ ನನಗೆ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛಂದವಾಗಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. Then the child's foot is defeated. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? When it realizes that it cannot achieve that dream which it has dreamt, it loses its spirit. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹತಾಶ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದು. It loses its spirit and falls in the battle. ಯಾವುದು ಬ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ಅದು ವೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಬ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಅದನ್ನು ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. It loses. Okay, without it waging the war, it just fails in the battle of life. It becomes a prisoner. It becomes like someone who is inside the prison, who is jailed. Okay, and condemned to live in a shoe. It is forced to live in a shoe. Our foot ge enagtade when it realizes that it cannot achieve what it has dreamt. It is forced to condemned. Andre illi meaning underline ಮಾಡಿ, condemned andre forced. Condemned means forced. It is forced to live in a shoe. Shoe ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಫುಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ಶೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಡೆಮ್ ಟು ಲಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೌಂಡ್ರೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಶೂ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಲ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಒಂದು ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತದೆ, ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದೇ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೀಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಅದರ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೊರಗೆ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, others may not accept it. ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೊಸೈಟಲ್ ನಾರ್ಮ್ಸಿಗೆ ತಕ್ಕ ಹಾಗೆ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಇಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಲಿವ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಶೂ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ societal restrictions. I request you to take down the meanings or of the phrases in the textbook itself. Mark it in the textbook itself, okay, so that for future reference when you read. Okay, so from this few lines you can see the child wants to become an apple or a butterfly, but looking at the harsh realities of life, it realizes that it cannot become a butterfly or an apple, and then its spirit is lost, it loses its spirit, it feels defeated, it falls in the battle, and it becomes like a prisoner inside the shoe. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಆ ಫುಟ್ ಶೂ ಒಳಗೇನೆ ಇರ್ತದ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೌಂಡ್ರೀಸನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತದ ನೋಡುವ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದರ ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಲೈನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಗ್ರೋಸ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಚ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೆಲ್ಲೋ, ಎನ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್, ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಲೈಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ಆ ಶೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪದಾಗಿ, ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್. ಸೊ foot is confined inside the shoe, foot is forced to live in the shoe, and there inside the shoe it tries to, in that dark, it has to live in the darkness there. Okay, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಖುಷಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದು ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಅದು ಪೆಸಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಯಿತು. ಅದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ it is condemned to live in the darkness, there is no light there. It grows to know the world on its own, so it understands the world on its own, it tries to understand the life on its own. Okay, out of touch with its fellow, it loses the contact with the other things, it loses the contact or it doesn't communicate, it loses the contact with its fellow ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಶೂ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫುಟ್ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ, it loses the contact with that also, and it is bound to be inside that foot shoe itself, enclosed, feeling out like a blind man. So there it is forced to live inside the shoe, and there it resides or there it stays like a blind man. ಏನು ತಪ್ಪು ಕಂಡ್ರು ಅದು ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಲ್ ನಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಹೋಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಗ್ರೋಸ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್. ಇಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಸ್ ಟು understand the world on its own, which is full of restrictions and regulations of the and it loses its touch also. Okay, ಅದು ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ದು ಇಟ್ ಲೂಸಸ್ ದ ಟಚ್. ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಟಾಕ್, ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೆಲ್ಲೋ ಫುಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫುಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫುಡ್ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಹ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್, ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. Okay, so this is all about the feelings the child faces as it grows. Okay, now what happens in the next few lines, the graphic description of the changes in the child's foot is given. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫುಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಶೂ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಶೂ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದು ಏಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋಸ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫುಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದು ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಫುಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸೊಸೈಟಲ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರೀಸ್ ಆ ಶೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದ್ದು ಅದು ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫುಡ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್, ದ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ರೀಡ್. ಸೊ these soft nails of cords bunched together grow hard and change themselves into opaque substance, hard as horn, and tiny petaled toes of the child grow bunched and out of trim, take on the form of eyeless reptiles with triangular heads like worms. So here, as I told you, the description that how the transformation takes place. Child's foot, which is having a soft nails of quartz. Quartz andre crystal material. Crystal ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫುಟ್ ಸಹ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ನೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಂಚ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಬಂಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೆಂದಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಗ್ರೋ quartz bunch together, grow hard and change themselves into opaque substance. As transparent idda child's foot ಈಗ ಶೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದ್ದು because of staying enclosed in a shoe for a longer time, it becomes bunched, it becomes hard there, hard like an opaque substance. Opaque andre which is wood opaque andre transparent illa, ಈಚೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ತನಕ ಆಚೆ ತನಕ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. opaque substance. wood ಹೇಗೆ ಅದರ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಚೆ ಸೈಡ್ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಈಚೆಯಿಂದ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಚೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಸಹ ನಮಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆದರೆ opaque ಆಗ್ತದೆ. as the child's foot changes from a soft nails of quartz, it changes to opaque substance, hard as horn. ಅದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ನೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಈಗ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಾರ್ನ್, ಹಾಗೆ ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂತ, ಕೊಂಬು ನೀಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕೊಂಬು ದನದ ಕೊಂಬು ಹೇಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ನೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ physically it has what we say, it has become strong. Okay, physically and emotionally the child has become strong to face the realities of life, and it has accepted it. Okay, it has accepted that this is my fate. ನನಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇದೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ನೇಲ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, quartz material change ಆಗಿ opaque substance ಆಗ್ತದೆ, and the tiny petaled toes of the tiny ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ petaled toes ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲಿದ ಬೆರಳು, toes ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲಿದ ಬೆರಳು, the finger nails of the child grow bunched and out of trim. ಹೇಗೆ ಅದು bunch together ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಈಗ bunched ಆಗಿ out of trim ಆಗಿ, ಏನು ಲೈಫ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಇಲ್ಲದಾಗೆ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. taken on the form of eyeless reptiles with triangular heads like worms. So here the description is given where the child's foot has now become, because of staying inside the shoe, it has become like an eyeless reptile. reptile ಅಂದರೆ ಸರೀಸೃಪಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ಸ್, crocodiles, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ reptiles ಅಲ್ವಾ. it moves on the, it crawls on the ground. So it has become an eyeless reptiles, andre it doesn't know where to go, it doesn't know wherever the society moves, takes it, wherever life takes it, wherever the journey of life goes, it is moving on its own. It is because the life has to move as it is, and he is taking that course. He is not having his own thinking because he cannot think, because restrictions are there. He cannot think, there are some boundaries set, and he has to think within that boundary. So that's why he uses the phrase eyeless reptiles, means a reptile which is eyeless, which doesn't know where to move. Okay, with a triangular head like worms, means it has to move in a certain direction as restricted by the society. Okay, so in these few lines you can see the description of the foot is given, or the description of a child's life is given, how it changes from the childhood to the adulthood. Okay, ಹೇಗೆ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫುಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಶೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಪೇಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ವಾಡ್ಸ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಒಪೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದೇ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಪೆಟಲ್ಡ್ ಬಂಚ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಿಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ let's move to the next few lines and then we will stop. So later they grow calloused and are crowned. So he continues, after becoming an eyeless reptile inside the shoe, as the time passes by, as it grows, as life moves on, it becomes calloused ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಥಿಕ್ಕಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಥಿಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ನಡೆದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ what we say, underfoot ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಒಂದು thick skin ಹಾಗೆ grow ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ವಾ? Or if you work too hard, if you are a hard worker, if you're doing something physically very hard work, your eye, the skin of your palm gets hardened. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ calloused ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುದು ಆಯ್ತಾ? So the hardened part of the skin, the thick, later they grow calloused and are covered with the faint volcanoes of death, are costly hard to accept. They are covered with the faint volcanoes of death, scars of injuries which occurred during the man's struggle. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ faint volcanoes of the volcano ಹೇಗೆ burst ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೆ man is waiting for death there. He has to encounter so much scars in his life, so much struggles in his life, that he is waiting for that death are costing hard to accept. He knows he cannot accept death, but he struggles too hard, and where he is reaching to the point where he meets death. So he is waiting for that. He is what we say the survival. He is waiting for survival of the existence, we say. Means he is just existing without living. He is just existing there without living his life. Okay, so he is moving according to the where the life takes him. His dreams and aspirations are all killed, and he is moving according to the life where it reaches. So he is waiting for that faint volcanoes of death, and which is hard to accept. Okay, so dear students, let's stop till here, and in the next few lines, the journey of the adulthood till it reaches the death is given. Let us read that in our next class. So I hope you have understood this. So as you can see, in today's first half of the poem, we have seen how the child, when it is young, dreams of something which is some innumerable possibilities in life, but as it grows, it realizes that it cannot, whatever it dreams are all foolish, and it cannot dream of such things because that is not the societal norms, and then it is content to live in the shoe, it is content to live inside their societal boundaries, and then as it grows, transformation takes place, it hardens, it becomes strong, and it accepts the life as it comes. That is all in today's class. In the next class, we will continue the same poem, that is To the Foot from His Child, and find out what happens to the child then when it changes into adulthood, and from the adulthood what happens till the death. What kind of transformation takes place in a child's foot. See you in the next class. Thank you.